Hi, I'm Delaney Walker.
And I'm Isaac Lucero, and welcome back to this episode of In the News at CHS.
The annual Poetry Slam is here again.
I remember all the great poems from last year.
I can only imagine all the great poems created by students this year.
We had Destiny Torres catch up with Mrs. Wheaton and some students on Friday to find out more about how it went this year.
Hi, I'm Destiny Torres with In the News at CHS, here speaking with Michelle Diaz. So Michelle, what was the name of your poem?
It was Shattered Heart.
And what was your poem about?
It was about love and an individual not receiving that love. I was inspired because my grandpa never gave me that love, so it's basically about me not getting his love.
And so what brought you to the Poetry Slam?
Well, I was looking forward to it ever since last year, but I never really had the guts to do it until my best friend accompanied me tonight, and so, yeah.
That's really good. And did you find the crowd encouraging?
Yes, it was very fun, and I could tell they were all very into my poems especially, so that really motivated me to come again.
Well, thank you, and I hope to see you at next week's Slam. And now I'm here with Miss Wheaton, who coordinated the event. So, Miss Wheaton, why did you make the Poetry Slam?
Well, originally Mrs. Carson started it before she retired, and I thought that's an awesome idea to have in April for National Poetry Month, and it was something that I wanted to keep going. So last year we did it, and we kept it going. I think it's a good way for students to express themselves and for their peers to hear poetry too. That's by fellow students.
And what did you think about today's poems?
Oh, I thought today's poems were excellent. I thought all the topics were really interesting, and I thought some people had excellent delivery. They're really loud and passionate, and so I thought they were all awesome.
And how long will the Poetry Slam be going on?
2 more Fridays, so next Friday and then the following one after that.
And I see that the students can pick which poet they like the best. What happens after they pick that poet?
Well, we tally up the votes from all 3 days of the Poetry Slam, and then we add those up for the top winners, and we give out some prizes to recognize all those poets who have worked so hard and been brave enough to stand up in front of people and share their personal writing.
Well, thank you, Miss Wheaton, and back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Destiny. The murder mysteries presented by CHS Drama were also this past weekend.
They went really well. They left the audience members stupefied to the end.
Great job on Friday, Isaac.
Hi, I'm Mickey Gonzalez, the wait staffer who served tables today, and I'm here with Sal Carboni and Edna. So, Sal, what do you say about the play?
Well, the play was pretty good, and it was a shame that everybody thought my buddy Al was whacked, but, there wasn't happened to be no murder.
Interesting, okay. So, Edna, what was your role in the play like?
Well, I am the intellectual brat of the play, and I do a lot of thinking, and I pretty much act like I know everything, but I really don't know anything about what's going on, because I assumed it was Uncle Albert, but it wasn't actually him. It was the gerbil I was talking about, but they were talking about something else.
And so, how do you improv if someone drops a line?
Well, the thing about improv is you gotta always agree with what's coming at you. And if you're not trusting your fellow actors, well, then you can't get very far. But luckily with us, we've been together on stage many, many years, and so it was able to flow quite nicely when we did drop a line.
Awesome. What would you say?
Usually I try to think of a line as quickly as possible because the awkward silences on the stage don't create a good image for the audience.
Thank you. And now I'm here with Jelena Piper. So, Jelena, was this your first murder mystery?
This was my first murder mystery.
And were you able to figure out who doing it?
Kind of. We guessed that he wasn't murdered, but we had no explanation for it.
How come?
We didn't think about that gerbil.
Dang. Well, so overall, what did you expect of the murder mystery night?
It was really fun. I like how they incorporated the audience a lot. Like the questions, some of the audience questions were a little off, but it was really fun interacting with the cast.
That's nice. And will you be if we have another murder mystery night, will you be coming to that one?
I'm gonna definitely try and come back again next year and see both of them.
Awesome. Thank you. And back to you guys at the studio.
Last Thursday, Green Routine hosted an event at lunch where Mid-Valley Disposal came and set up a booth to promote recycle awareness.
We had field reporter Ivana Cappuccino take a closer look with Mrs. Lucero.
Hi, I'm Ivana Cappuccino with In the News at CHS, here talking to Mrs. Lucero about their Green Routine booth. So, Mrs. Lucero, what exactly was this booth?
So tomorrow is Earth Day, and so we're here to celebrate Earth Day. The theme this year is trees. And trees, as you know, clean the air and produce lots of oxygen. We also want to encourage kids to recycle because so much of our stuff that we could recycle gets thrown away. And I don't know if you can zoom in on this picture, but this is a picture of just a regular everyday landfill. And as you look at it, you will see all kinds of plastic and paper and aluminum that all could have been recycled. And instead, it's sitting in a landfill taking up space. And if garbage is taking up space, that's land that we can't plant on, that we can't live on, that we can't use for recreation. So Mid-Valley came out today to help us set up a booth to promote awareness, to encourage kids to recycle, and to make them aware that even a small part is a big part in the big picture.
Okay, and how can students be more conscientious about recycling?
Well, every classroom has a blue recycle bin for their paper and for their cardboard. They also have a nice cardboard box so they can put all their plastic bottles and their soda cans in. And the Green Routine Club comes around and collects those. There are recycling bins now this year all around campus. So the rule of thumb is if it can be recycled, put it in the blue.
Thank you, Mrs. Lucero, and back to you guys at the studio.
Thanks, Ivana. Before we head over to Horntoad Highlights, just a quick reminder that senior applications for Mr. CHS were due today. And if there were at least not 10 people signed up, it will be open to juniors until May 3rd.
Hi, my name is Jonathan Castro with this week's Horntoad Highlights. Last Friday, our softball team played against Dos Palos. Unfortunately, we lost 5-9, but put a good fight. Although the first 2 innings were Dos Palos for the taking, we fought back hard, the 4th and the 7th inning, but it wasn't enough to take home the win. The next game is today against Tranquility, and have a home game the 29th against Avenal. Good luck, girls. Last Friday, the Toads baseball team played against Dos Palos at home, but sadly, the game ended with a score of 1-4, the win in DP's favor. Today, they will be traveling with the softball team to Tranquility, and will also have a home game against Avenal on Friday. Good luck, boys. Bring home that win. Track went to Sanger and competed in Sanger's metric qualifier last Friday, where we placed 6th out of 15 schools. Good job, Toads. On Wednesday, they have a WSL championship at home, and on Friday, they'll have a track meet at Dinuba. Our strongest event in both boys and girls is distance running, and the runners in that event are expected to do well. Good luck to all competing. And that was this week's Horntoad Highlights. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Johnny.
And thanks for watching.
And remember,
if it's important,
it's in the news at CHS.